When I was a little girl, I was in Bible school, and I remember vividly God showing me, illustrating to me boldly the story of Jonah and how he sat in that whale for 3 days after running away from God, getting in a boat, causing a storm. People on the boat threw him out of the water after he admitted, I disobeyed God, I ran from him. He called Jonah to prophesy to a city filled with sinners. And baby boy ran. And I myself am like Jonah. I didn't choose this. I'm just gonna tell you that straight up. I didn't make my YouTube channel for the approval of people. I did it because God told me to do it. But in doing so, in my journey, just as well as Jonah, I relate to Joseph. So as you see me going through life, throughout my YouTube channel, or so on and so forth, it's just kind of more of understanding that when God calls people, that they're still people, that we're all human, and that this is a fight bigger than our carnal flesh, right? So it's about God fighting against the devil. And do you have God in your spirit, or do you have the devil in your spirit? And are you being easily fooled by people of the devil, or can you spot and understand a child of God who's right in your face? But understanding and realizing that familiarity, it makes people look at you differently. That's why Jesus says, like, a prophet is not welcomed in their own hometown. I know I'm not welcomed by my family. I know I'm not welcomed by my community, because they look at me in a way of, how could this little girl speak on God or talk about God, knowing the things that she's been through and whatever else, that I'm not human, that I'm without flaw. Of course I'm with flaw. I'm a person. I come from a situation that you wouldn't even understand. Sometimes people are born into a mess, but I'm not gonna blame that on anyone or anything other than just taking responsibility for myself and seeing how I should correct my life and course correct, so that I don't end up like other people, or worse, being led by the devil, losing God. But that's none of my business. That's between you and Jesus. All I know is I have to do what God told me to do, and I have to stop running, because I can't be outside of Jesus, knowing that Judgment Day is upon us, knowing that a lot of these ugly heads are popping up, that you will see by their fruits what God they serve. And you can debate, you can talk about it, you can have a Pharisee spirit, being judgmental, but honey, please look at the plank in your eye before you point out the speck of dust in mine. And realize that this is about your individual soul, firstly. And then you can check with Jesus on who you should be passing judgment to. As for me, I'm going to do what thus says the Lord. And if it has to be like this, then so be it. But I just pray that everybody seeks Jesus before it's too late, because judgment is here.